Y'all, when I got this message, this was worse than I know you don't know me, but or like I'm coming to you as a woman. Like it was worse than that. Like I knew as soon as I got that message, I was like, this man got me out here looking like a fool. Guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm trying to use natural light today, but it's giving lots of lines and stuff. So I'm sorry if this doesn't work. I won't do it again if it looks bad. I'm Kiara. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a little story time. Get ready with me. This story has just been weighing on my spirit lately. And I've been contemplating like telling it because definitely some people gonna know who I'm talking about. Like my people that were close to me at the time, people that were close to him at the time, people are probably gonna know, and I don't want it to come across as like I'm slandering him or trying to be messy or anything like that, because that's definitely not the case. It's just a story from my life that I want to tell. And also we were both, everybody in the story was very young. This happened when I was like 18, about to turn 19. So everybody was super young in the story. So of course our brains were not operating, you know, the way that they are now. This is the story of the time I got played. So let's be clear. I've been played several times, right? But this was probably the worst because I was just so dumb and delusional that like, I don't think I've ever been that not here, not on the planet before. So first I'm starting off by using this NYX Professional. It's like a base. I found this in like an old makeup kit. I don't know how old it is, but I do not like rubbing that primer into my face. I'd much rather just spray it, so I'm gonna spray it. Before I start the story, so there's like somebody involved in the story and there's a text they sent me. So I'm trying to turn on my old phone. It just turned on. Old phone. You see how dusty the button? Yeah, so I found the exact messages I was looking for that come into play in the story. It took me a long time. Okay, so I want to reiterate, everybody in this story was super young. No hate to anybody in this story. I really don't have any outstanding beef with anybody in this story, especially not the dude. Like we were cool after. I don't even think he gonna watch the story. But if you do, text me. Like not like that, but you know, just let me know that you watched the story. I'm curious if you watched it. But so this all happened my freshman year of college. So that should tell you already, I was like completely like, if you ever been a freshman in college, you just know like your brain, something turns off that first semester of college. Like it's not, nothing is operating at the way it should be. At this one point when I first started school, I was talking to this one dude or whatever, and I went to a party. Like I don't think I went with him. Honestly, I was delusional in that situation as well, but that's just another story for another day. But we was at a party at the same time together. I saw this guy while I was there, and we caught eyes with each other, but I was with somebody else obviously. But I like, when I saw him, I was like, he's cute. Like never seen him before, but he's cute. So I'm like, okay, but I was talking to somebody, so I didn't like, nothing ever came of it. I just saw him that one time. Fast forward, I'm not talking to the original guy no more. I end up talking to this other dude. Freshman year, I just like, I don't know where all the game came from. Like I was like the juice goddess. Like I was one situation to the next. Like it was, I don't know. I ended up talking to this other dude, but with this other guy, it was different. Like I wasn't talking to him like with the end goal of us being in a long-lasting relationship. Like I kind of knew he was like not, like he was a player type. So I was like, I'm not gonna, like I know you're a player before I even go into this, so I'm not even gonna get emotionally involved. But we were cool. His text messages was the ones I was just going through, so we talked for a little bit or whatever. But we ended up falling out of talking. Things happened. We just stopped communicating as much. I don't really remember why, but I don't think it was like no bad blood or nothing. We just stopped talking. Like I said, it was never nothing super serious. It comes like, it's almost Thanksgiving break, and I'm like, there's a basketball game or something that happened, and everybody's walking back from the basketball game because you can't like really park near the basketball game, so you kind of gotta walk through campus, get back to your car. So we're all walking back. A buddy that I caught eyes with a few months back at the party when I was with somebody else, he like walks up to me and my friends, and I think he like gave us a move or something, like told us about something that was going on that night or something of the sort. And I don't think we ended up going, but that was like my first time ever talking to him, hearing his voice, all of that stuff. And I think I like might have said something back, but it just didn't go anywhere. Like, that was it, and then we moved on. So then Thanksgiving break happens and everything's cool. I haven't talked to him. Then, you know, there's like a week or two in between. Like, you have your week of Thanksgiving break, and then you have like a week or two left. I can't remember. I've been out of college a minute. I can't remember. And then you go for Christmas break, and then you come back like the week after the New Year or something like that. We end up, so Thanksgiving break happens, and then we go back to school, and then it's time for Christmas break or whatever. So over Christmas break, or actually I think it might have been over Thanksgiving break. I can't remember. It was over one of the breaks. There was like a game going on Twitter. That was like a big thing when I was a freshman in high school. People would play like these games on Twitter, like this tweet and I'll DM you what I think about you. It was very much middle school, but we used to do that in college. I don't know. But anyways, I was participating, and I think it was, I don't know if it happened over Christmas or Thanksgiving break, but one of us did it, and then one of us liked the tweet, and that started us DMing or whatever. Then Christmas break comes, and then we get closer. So we're like talking on the phone, texting a lot, all of this stuff. And I'm like, okay, I'm really feeling him, like, okay. And I had already thought he was cute. Like I said, I thought he was cute the first time I saw him. So I was like, this is perfect. I didn't really know much of his reputation, because he definitely had a reputation, but I didn't really know much of it until after I got involved with him. I was kind of in pretty deep by the time I found out. I won't go into his reputation because it really has nothing to do with this story. But it does, but it doesn't. Like, I'm not gonna tell nobody else's story. You know what I'm saying? Just about me. We started getting cool or whatever over Christmas break, but we like are from different cities, and we were freshmen in college. So that means we both lived on campus. So like, if you live on campus and it's time for Christmas break, you gotta go. Like, you're not staying there. They're not gonna allow that at all. We were both like at home in our respective cities. We're getting to know each other, talking on the phone, all that good stuff. Then school starts back. So we're both moved back in, whatever. We start hanging out immediately. And when I say hanging out, like hanging out all the time. Like, it was to the point like I was barely seeing my friends. My friends ended up making friends with like a whole nother group of guys, and I wasn't even around for it at first, which all of that factors into whole other situations. And I'm like, this is my man, like, we're in love. And I'm thinking, like, I've really found the one, like 18 years old. So y'all know I was just dumb. Everything's going well. I've cut off completely, like, the dude that I used to talk to in between the first dude that I was at the party with and then the dude that played me. That dude, we ended up falling off because he had like some other stuff going on in his life. So we weren't talking as much, but he did peep that I was like talking to this new person, because we were like posting each other, hanging out all the time, like wherever he was, I was, all that. So people honestly thought that we were like boyfriend and girlfriend already because of how much we were together and how much we post each other. To me, that's the most embarrassing part of it all, is because it was such a public thing. So to get played just like in the public eye like that, one of the biggest L's I've ever taken. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm just freestyling with this makeup look, okay? I know I wanted to do something pink, but beyond that, no thoughts, just vibes going on here. I'm like, things are getting serious. This is so good. Meanwhile, I done forgot about all my friends, which is very like, if you ever get to the point where like you hanging out with a dude so much that you done forgot about all your friends, please step back and reevaluate. That don't mean that the dude is bad or nothing like that, but you don't ever want to get to that point where you're like, you're not even gonna have no friends no more. This was so long ago that Lil Baby, he was like barely even an artist. Like, Freestyle was out and like a few of his songs was out, but he was not as like popping as he is right now. This is like, we're deep into January at this point. It's been like Christmas break, and then like the first 2 to 3 weeks of January, me and this dude have been talking, so good month or so. And Lil Baby is coming to my school to perform or whatever. And I'm like, I'm not going to that. So let me give some context on why I didn't go. First of all, I'm not really like, I didn't know who Lil Baby was. I'm not even gonna say I'm not into rap music, because somebody like Young Thug or something came, I would definitely go. But at that point, I was not that familiar with who Lil Baby was. So I was like, I'm not finna go to this. And then two, the little club they used to have the little, you know, artists come to at our school. It was like it would be like doors open at 10, be there on time or you're not gonna get in, da 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 da, all this stuff. And you get there at 10, I swear the artist was probably boarding their flight at 10 to get there. Like the artist wouldn't show up till like 2, 3 a.m. So I'm like, y'all think I'm about to go stand in there all day, all night to wait for this artist who I don't even know about that much to come and perform? No, not happening. So I made the decision. I was like, I'm not going. The dude that I was talking to, he was like, I don't want to provide too much context, but pretty much he went. Like he was gonna go regardless. So I was like, cool, whatever, I don't care. So this was like one of the few times we did not like hang out, and we a lot of times wouldn't go out together. Actually, I feel like that was the only thing we didn't do, which is kind of a red flag, because we spent all the time together. But he would like, I wouldn't go out to every single move. He would go out to pretty much every single move. So like there would be times where I did not go when he was going out. So he went to the party or whatever, and something just told me, I was like, something is amok here. I had watched this girl's story. It was a girl she went to my college, but I knew her from my hometown. Knew her very well. I won't go into all the details of how I knew her, but we knew each other. It wasn't like oh, I know of you because we from the same city. Like, we knew each other. And she was going to the Lil Baby concert, and she posted that night, and something just told me when I watched her post. And this is how I know, like, I real life have psychic ability sometimes, because I'm telling you, like, from the second I saw her story, I remember it like it was yesterday. I was like, she want to talk to my dude. Like, she want to talk to him. I know she do. Another thing that made me think she wanted to talk to him was because we had known each other, like I said, for a good minute. And she really didn't watch my Snapchat story like that. But the second I started posting him, she was like a religious viewer of my Snapchat story. And I'm like, why are you watching this now? Like, you never have taken interest in my Snapchat story. And a lot of people don't view my stories, so I'm like, I can kind of keep up with who's who, like who's here every day versus who's being nosy versus who is all of a sudden popping in. And she would be like the first view on my story all the time. So I knew that I just had a funny feeling about her or whatever. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention. So the Lil Baby concert, I think, was like on a Thursday. And he had told me, I told y'all we had been talking for like a month or so, and he told me, he was like Friday, I want to like take you somewhere, it's a surprise, da 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 da. And I'm thinking, oh, he can ask me to be his girlfriend. Like, I'm just so delusional. So I'm excited. This is like one of the only times I had talked to my friends in the past couple weeks, and I'm telling them like, y'all, he said he wanna take me somewhere Friday, it's a surprise, he's gonna ask me to be his girlfriend. That was just like for reference. It's gonna come back in the story in just a second here. Anyways, he goes to the Lil Baby concert. I don't really know what happens there. I think it's the next day comes, and I text him and I'm like, hey, are we still doing, you know, whatever today? And so I told y'all Lil Baby probably didn't get there till like 2, 3 a.m. because that's how it always was. Like, the artist never got there until like 1 a.m. was like early for the artist to get there, but it would usually be like after 2. He was like, actually, I'm tired today, and he basically canceled on me. Like, he got me so excited for us to do this whatever he had planned, and he canceled it. So I was like not happy about that at all. And I probably started to act like it, honestly, because is that not disappointing? Like, somebody says, oh, we're gonna do something, and then all of a sudden y'all aren't doing it. Like, that was lame. He ended up hanging out Friday anyway, so, and it was a very weird day. Like, it just, something was off, not clicking, the vibe was off, everything was weird between us. Like, I was just things were just not going well. And this is LA Girl Pro Conceal, by the way. And then the palette, I think Bria got me this palette. My sister might have got me one, or I might have bought one, and then I think Bria or my sister got me the other one. I don't know. Both Juvia's Place though. One is the Masquerade Mini, and then one is the Zulu. The Zulu is the new one, clearly, but yeah, both Juvia's Place. We love Juvia's Place. Juvia's Place, like, sponsor me. I love y'all. Please. We had like a really weird day. The energy was weird, but we were still talking as far as I know. There was another party that night, but like I said, the vibe was weird between us. Like, I was just feeling like that sick feeling. Like, you know when you know things are like about to come to an end and you just like feeling that sick, like, ugh. Like, I just know this is about to end and it's not about to be good. I ended up not going out that night. And I stayed in, like, I stayed in, because usually, even if I wasn't going out, I was, like, staying in with my friends. But that night, I don't even think I hung out with my friends. I think I, like, stayed in for real. Like, I didn't, I like, stayed in my room by myself type situation. I'm chilling in my apartment, not really thinking about what he got going on, but at the same time, this was when people used to have their Snapchat locations on. People still do, but definitely probably not as many as when it first came out. But people would have their location on Snapchat and you'll be able to see exactly where they are. I'm kind of peeping his location, to be honest, even though, like, because we haven't actually stopped talking yet. Like, it was just a weird day, so I'm like, we could bounce back. Like, I could just be being dramatic, but I wasn't. It was like my intuition was already telling me, like, it's over with. And this is MAC Studio Fix Fluid. This is the GOAT, the OG. I will never love a foundation as much as I love this one. This is where the dude from before that was in between the other two dudes, the one at the party and the one, we're gonna give them a name. So the dude I was with at the party, we could just call him Andrew. The dude that I kind of talked to in between these two, Andrew and current dude, we'll call him Malcolm. And then we have the dude that played me. He doesn't need a name. Malcolm hit me up randomly. Now, mind you, me and Malcolm have not talked in months. Like he randomly hits me up. Now he seen me with this dude, so he knows that we kind of got like a thing going on or whatever. It's no bad blood or nothing, but we have not talked in months. He hits me up. I got the messages right here. I'm about to read the exact messages to y'all while I let this powder sit. Malcolm hits me up and he's like, January 16th, 2018 at 11:55 p.m. He hits me up and says, hey, you got a boyfriend, right? Y'all, when I got this message, this was worse than I know you don't know me, but, or like, I'm coming to you as a woman. Like, it was worse than that. Like, I knew as soon as I got that message, I was like, this man got me out here looking like a fool. Like, he's out here embarrassing me. This person has not hit me up. I knew he wasn't trying to get at me because we hadn't talked in months, for real. Like, so I knew that wasn't it. Like, and I was like, why else would he ask me if I got a boyfriend? So I sit back and I said, no, sir. Why? And this is so y'all know, these is real text messages I'm reading off this iPhone. And then he said, oh, never mind, LOL. And then I said, LMAO, why? Because I knew why, but I needed him to say it. So, because I just, my heart couldn't take it. He said, LOL, nothing. And I was like, I kind of talked to someone, but we not dating. Well, not kind of, we do talk. And he said, oh, okay, you good. And at this point, I'm like, what is going on? Tell me what's going on. I said, LMAO, you see him doing me dirty? And then I said, I know he at Midtown. That's where he was at. That's the name of the club. It's called Midtown. So I know he at Midtown. Malcolm texts back, LOL, none of my business. I'm like, y'all, I never wanted to cry more. Like, I was so glad I was in my, like, by myself when I got these messages, because I don't even know what I would have done if I was in public. Like, I probably would have cried right then and there. I said, LMAO, you can just say if he is. I'll just tell him I saw it on the Black GSU story. And I said, actually, I'll probably just cut him off without explanation. He was like, nah, don't do that. He ain't really do nothing. You good? I'm like, no, he had to do something for you to text me. This man texted me at 11:55 p.m. So he had to do something. And honestly, I shout out to him, like, shout out to Malcolm, because he like, I wouldn't have known for real. Well, I probably would have figured it out, not even gonna lie. But he didn't have to say nothing to me. So you could tell he just really like cared, at least a little, to even say something to me about what was going on. I said, LMAO, he had to do something for you to text me. Good looking out. And I just put like this emoji, because honestly at this point I didn't even care what he did. Like, I already know he did something, because though these text messages already telling me. He said, LOL, nah, I just ain't know. So then I'm like, LMAO, so you in the middle of a party and you was just curious? Well, look at the logic here. So like, cause I was a little not smart back then, but you see that logic there at play? Like, you in the middle of a party and you just randomly thinking, oh, she got a boyfriend? I wasn't even there. So why would you just be randomly thinking that? He said, LOL, yes. And I said, LMAO, nah, but I appreciate you. You always been a real one. He said, I be trying to look out a little bit. And then I said he was getting twerked on. And he said, I mean, yeah, but it looked like he was trying to talk to one of my friends. That's the only reason I asked mainly. So we finally got it out of him. What was going on? Because I was like, if it's a little dance, that's one thing. But he was trying to talk to somebody, so it's over with. Or that's what I was telling myself, but I wasn't really ready to believe it. And we'll get there. And then I said, okay, appreciate it. I F what you do. And then he said, LOL, I feel lame AF. Which I get it. Bro code, all of that. But at the same time, he will forever have like my respect. And whose respect matters more? I feel like mine matters more. So he'll forever have my respect for telling me what's going on. So I said, nah, I'm glad you told me. And he'll never know. I'm just about to go ghost. And he said, LOL, you ain't got to do all that. And then, yeah, we just keep talking from there. That's when I found out that he was out here playing me, doing me dirty, making me look stupid in front of everybody. I don't know if I texted him that night. I think I really did. I said I wasn't going. I was just gonna go ghost. So I don't think I did that. I did text him, but I never told him where I got the information from. Still won't tell him where I got the information from. Well, if he watched this video, he might have more of a clue, but it's been years ago, so they'll be all right. I texted him that night, and the gist of the message was like, basically, I know what you did. After that or whatever, I don't think he texted me back like right away. Like, I think he left me on delivered or read or something all night long after that. So like I said, his location was on Snapchat. Guess who else location was on Snapchat? Oh, girl that had been watching my story ever since me and him had started talking. I'm seeing both their locations in the wee hours of the night. They're in the same place. It was like, you know, midnight, and they both at Waffle House. And then, so I'm like, that's weird, but you know, maybe they got similar friend groups. Like, I don't know. Like, I wasn't jumping to any conclusions just yet. But then I look the next morning at his location, first thing in the morning, like a psychopath. And I see that he is at his dorm, but oh, girl is there too. Why would she be there at 7 a.m.? Like, it's mad early in the morning. Like, it was in the same place all night long, and now she over there. And mind you, this is one of the only nights that I wasn't over there. Like, I think I didn't sleep over there the night of the little baby concert or whatever. And this night, those were like the only 2 nights really since we had started talking that I wasn't over there. So I text the dude that gave me the insider info the night before, and let me see if I can find the messages. I said, question, the girl he tried to talk to, her name started with an A? And he was like, yeah. And I said, and she in insert organization? And he said, yeah. And I said, okay, appreciate that. I've pretty much narrowed it down that he did try to talk to somebody in the club. Clearly, I already knew that was the truth, because this dude had no reason to lie to me. Like, when I tell you, we hadn't talked in months, so it wasn't like he was trying to lie to get some type of leverage with me or to try to talk to me or nothing like that. Like, and if he wanted to talk to me, like, he could have just talked to me. He know that. Like, so and once he said that, I already knew he was telling the truth, but I just didn't know who it was. But then I had found out who it was, and it was exactly who I had the suspicion about earlier. I'm super hurt about it. Honestly, I stopped. Like, I already wasn't really talking to my friends that much because I was always with him. But then when this happened, I really stopped talking to like everybody. He's just out in these streets just embarrassing me, just like hanging out with old girl, like me and him were never a thing basically. And I'm like texting him because I had like a few of his clothes. I kept trying to return his clothes or whatever, and he just wasn't like responsive. And so I was like, I can't take 2L's. So I ended up, I got over it or whatever. Like, I was done. I think everything was done. We didn't talk anymore. When I saw him, I like turned the other direction. Like, I just acted like he did not exist. And like I said, my friends had become friends with a whole nother group of guys. So I actually started to like engage with the new friends that my friends had made. Well, I was really on the road to living a better life. Like, I had forgot about him. Now at this point, like I told you, all that stuff happened like January 26th, 27th-ish. At this point, it's like February, March. In the spring at my school, we have like this basketball game that's really like a big thing. And it's just like two rival schools. Like, we go against our rival school or whatever. Everybody's like going to that or whatever. It's like early March, maybe like March 5th. Oh, mind you, I forgot to say. So him and the girl, they ended up like becoming a couple. Like, I think he actually did, like, they were girlfriend and boyfriend. Like, he asked her to be his girlfriend, all this stuff. So they was kind of like, you know, just twist the knife a little bit. I just had to take that L. It was what it was. And so this is all past all of that. They had Valentine's Day together. They were like a public thing, and we were like a public thing too. So it was just weird. They're no longer together or talking or whatever they were doing, and I no longer care. Like, I'm no longer thinking about this man at all. I done moved on completely, not to like another guy or anything. But like, I made all these new friends. So I'm just like living my best life, not really worried about the situation. Honestly, trying to forget about the situation, trying to make everybody forget about it. Like, I don't want nobody to remember that me and him ever talked. I see him at like the club Midtown, and I was looking good or whatever, and I hadn't been out in a while. So I'm like, or maybe I had, I don't know. I don't think I had though. He ended up texting me. He was there too. We made eye contact, all that. And I would like literally not go to parties because like if I thought he was gonna be there or if I knew he was gonna be there, I was not going. He ended up being at this party. And he texted me after the party was over, like this long message about how he was sorry, and just, it was a long message full of bull, honestly. Like, and I could probably find that message, but I don't even care to. But he was just saying like how he was sorry for how he did me and da 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 da. And I know you probably won't reply, but da 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 da. Like I told you, I was so far over the situation, so I didn't reply at first, and I had no intentions of replying ever. I just was gonna let the message sit. I think I threw it in the group chat so we could laugh at him. Next day we have this game. The next day after he sent that text message, we're having this game or whatever. So everybody's like pre-gaming, there's parties, there's, you know, tailgating. Well, I don't know about tailgating, but there were like parties going on and stuff, everybody out and about. I was trying to text one of my friends about something, but the text message was still, the text message from old buddy, the one that played me, it was still sitting at the top of my messages because I had not replied. He had just texted me like late that night before. So it was still at the top for some reason. And so instead of texting my friend, and I promise you, like, no joke, I was not trying to text him. Like, if I was trying to text him, I would just say it. But I was not trying to text him at all. I was trying to text somebody else. And I ended up texting him on accident. So then, you know, this started a conversation between us because of what I texted him. It wasn't nothing crazy, but a conversation starts and we're like catching up with each other. And somehow we start to get back involved with each other. And this is why I say, like, I will take a lot of the blame for just being an all-around idiot at this time in my life. Sorry, I gotta concentrate on my eyebrows because they're not done, so it's really hard to get them to look normal. Somehow, some way, we're talking again, but it's not serious. Like, I'm never gonna get played in the same way twice. I might get played twice by the same person, but never in the same way. I'm gonna take, this is in the color Cafe. This is like OG. If you've been watching me for a while, you know Black Radiance, this is like that girl. Well, we're talking, but I'm not like taking him that serious. But literally all of my friends are disappointed in me. Like none of my friends were supportive of this decision to start talking to him at all. Like, and I kind of like that about my friends. Like they were straight up with me. They're like super straight up with me, and they were like, girl, he is trash. Like, why are you even communicating with him? Like giving him the time of day. Like he had you down bad for a minute there. Like had you looking stupid, and you talking to him again. And I was just like, yeah, like I know, like I get it. I'm keeping it very on the low. Like posting him, definitely not happening again. And just, yeah, it's very casual. So one day he had like a ticket. He got a ticket or something, and he had to go pay it in like a city that was like maybe 30 minutes away. Like it wasn't super far away at all. And he asked me to go with him. And at first he asked me to drive, and I was like, oh, I'm not driving. He ended up driving, and I'm sitting in the car next to him. And y'all know I've always been into makeup. Like it's always been my thing, and I know makeup when I see makeup. So I'm looking over at him, and I see a little patch on his neck, and I start like I didn't even ask questions, nothing. I immediately start rubbing at this patch. Like, I'm like, what is this on your neck? Like, is this dirt? Did you get burned? Like, what is this? So I'm immediately starting to rub at his neck. He knew exactly what was on his neck, and he should have just came clean then. And he's just gonna sit there and let me rub his neck, knowing exactly what it is. I rub off the makeup that's on his neck, and there's a big red hickey right on his neck. And I'm like, this is exactly what you get, Kimara. This is exactly what you get. Because you knew who he was. And if you didn't know the first time, like the first time you get a pass because you didn't know him like that. So you didn't really know. But the second time you knew who he was and you still chose to deal with him. And I'm like, what is this? Like why? Well, I ended up still riding all the way to this city with him, paying his ticket. I had an attitude the whole time though, and it's like you had an attitude but you still went. Like I should have just left. I think honestly we were still talking even after that happened. Like I just kind of overlooked that, and I was starting a very dangerous habit of allowing him to do me wrong and just getting over it. So we ended up going pretty much dealing with each other through the rest of my freshman year, but not publicly because I was not gonna get publicly embarrassed again. So it was like on the low type of dealing with each other. Like I'm not hanging out with him in public. I'm not like none of that. We're not going nowhere together. We continued to talk through the summer, but I ended up just like, I don't know, I was slowly losing interest because we weren't like around each other anymore. So I guess I was probably just seeing the situation for what it was because I didn't have anything to distract me from like what was actually going on. Well, I had like 2 jobs back then though. So eventually I think I just like having that time to not talk to him all the time, like because there would be like long periods a day I would not talk to him. The thing is, I probably would have still, if it was up to me, I probably would have still kept dealing with him. Like, but deep in my heart, like I knew I needed to stop. But was I listening to that? No. So one day, I don't even know why, I don't remember what day, none of that, but I just ended up not texting him back, and we ended, like that's what ended our relationship or whatever we had going on. It's like one day I just never texted back, we just never talked again. And then like the next school year, he hit me up and he was like, hey, can we talk or something like that. And I was like, yeah, about what? And then he was like, I want to talk to you in person. So I went to his dorm then. This is sophomore year, so different dorm, different everything. So I went to his dorm then and I was like, yeah, what's up? Like, what do we need to talk about? He was like, I want us to really like try again with this whole thing. Like, I don't know like what happened with us and, you know, all this stuff. And I was like, I was basically like, nah. Well, I think I said, let me think about it. And then I was like, nah, I can't even do it. Because clearly God did not want me talking to him no more. If I just randomly just never texted him back, and I don't even remember why or when it happened, or like it was not intentional, it just happened like that. Like I just ended up never texting him back. I was like, you know, clearly God was trying to give me like an easy out here, because he was probably like, this girl never gonna get it on her own. Like she's, I'm trying to give her a chance to learn this lesson herself, but it's just not happening. So let me just help her out real quick. Yeah, ever since then, I don't think I've seriously messed with a dude for real since then. Like I be looking at all of them with the side eye. And that was years ago. I'm 22 now. That was when I was like 18, 19. My birthday was somewhere in between that whole story happening. Other people after that would try to get at me, and I was just traumatized relationship wise. I don't like this eye look that much. Like I'm trying here, but it's not giving what it's supposed to give. What is wrong with the dudes I attract? Like, what is up with me? But it's me. When I like somebody, they could be showing me all the red flags. Like they could just be a walking red flag, and I'm just not gonna pay attention to it. Like I'm gonna ignore all the signs every single time, no matter what. And it's something that that's another main reason why I do not date anymore. Like if y'all ever cared about my dating life, there is not one, because I have horrible taste. I do not date because it's not worth it. Like the way these men have did me, it's not worth it. And plus I just have like I said, when I was talking to him, I lost sight of all of my other, like my friendships and all that. And I feel like over the years of like over the past couple years, because like I said, that happened in like 2018, so I haven't really dated since like then. Well, I kind of have, but not really. But pretty much ever since then, I've put an extra, like, I was like, I can't let that happen again where I'm like not talking to my friends because I'm talking to a dude. So I don't really do that anymore. I definitely value my relationships with my friends a lot more, in particular like my female friends a lot more. Oh, and also what happened, I didn't never say what happened with the old girl that I knew from home that basically was plotting on me and my mans. So I just ended up like, I never confronted her or anything, because it's nothing to confront her about. It was like not her job to have any loyalty to me. You would think she would, just because of how we knew each other, which is why I won't go into that. But clearly she did not. So it is what it is. Like, I honestly think she was his karma. So I'm not that mad at her, because I think she ended up doing him basically how he did me. Like, how messed up is that? You get played by the girl you basically cheated on me with. Even we weren't together though, so it wasn't cheating. I won't call him a cheater. But you get played by her, and then you come tell me about it. Like in my head, I'm laughing at you. It looks a little better. I think I just needed lashes. Anyways, that is the whole story. Let me go put on my shirt, and I will be right back to hit y'all with a little outro. And I might fix my eyebrows too, because they're giving really thick, really chunky. I like, but that's just what they are right now. I need to do them. I need to shave them down some. So I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. But I will be right back to conclude this video. Oh yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. This is a really embarrassing story to tell. So if I told it for nothing, I'm gonna be very upset. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Give it a like if you was dumb your freshman year as well. Like I couldn't have been the only one that was like lacking in the brain development department. So yeah, give me a thumbs up if you were dumb as well your freshman year of college, or leave a comment about how somebody played you and did you dirty. Yeah, like I said, no hard feelings to anybody mentioned in this story. If you know, you know, and you don't have to tell nobody that you know. You can keep that deep on the inside of you. Like nobody needs to know what this story about. It's not that serious. And yeah, no bad blood to nobody. I don't really care no more. We were all like 18, 19, maybe 20. Like we were all extremely young, so not a big deal. Anyways, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe, and I will definitely see you guys in the next video. Bye.